We've been using the ROG Phone 5 for a month now, and we have a lot of things to talk about this phone in particular. So in today's video, we're gonna go through some of its accessories alongside with how it actually works with the phone itself. So let's begin. Alright, so we did a few videos regarding the ROG Phone 5 already. Firstly, the whole unboxing experience alongside with all of its different accessories that were announced alongside with the ROG Phone 5 but sold separately. And then another gaming video dedicated only for the ROG Phone 5 alone. And then another video regarding the ROG Phone 5 alongside with the new Aeroactive Cooler 5, which is, once again, I should highlight, it's not compatible with any older iterations of the ROG phone. It is only compatible with the new ROG Phone 5. So, after using the ROG Phone 5 for this long, what do I think? Well, let's first start off with the design of this phone. And I should say that this whole back here is the same as usual, like all of the other iterations of ROG phone. It's glass on both the front and back parts, and it's also very slippery. Yet it has quite a lot of heft to it, so yeah, it's heavy. Our unit of the ROG Phone 5 is also the standard ROG phone, so we don't have the fancy display with customizable messages and whatnot. We just get the ROG logo displayed in this dot matrix fashion, but we can customize its color and how the color will blink, show, light up. Yeah. And we should also mention that the ROG Phone 5 is a proper upgrade over the ROG Phone 2 because it has an audio jack. The audio jack is still one of the most important ports, especially for a gaming smartphone. But there are a few more things that ROG could have improved for the ROG Phone 5, but they didn't. For example, IP rating. I mean, the proprietary port at the side is now gone in favor of these pogo pins right here. These pogo pins are the new way for the Aeroactive Cooler to talk with the phone. That means IP rating for this phone should be easier since, well, pogo pins don't actually have any things to plug in. They are just contact pins. Okay. And the reason why I'm putting so much emphasis on IP rating now is because of that Snapdragon 888 chipset. Yes, we showed it during our gaming video for the ROG Phone 5, which you can check it out at the top right corner there. The ROG Phone 5 can get really hot, and in my mind, if the ROG Phone 5 is IP rated, then I can literally just dunk it in the water and then use the Kunai gamepad and play games, right? I mean, that's a feasible idea, is it not? But how hot does the ROG Phone 5 get though? Well, honestly, really hot, but only at a certain games. I play Genshin Impact at the highest possible graphical settings at 60 FPS, with the built-in tool reporting the CPU temperature of about 60 degrees Celsius. Yes, that is right, 60 degrees, and that means this phone is literally just impossible to hold or even touch for, well, let's just say 5 seconds at a time, because even the screen is really hot. But let's not forget one feature that the ROG Phone 3 and also the ROG Phone 5 has, that is called bypass charging. This means that if you are plugging it into the charger and then enable bypass charging, it will literally use power directly from your charger and not from the battery. It kind of functions like a desktop computer, something like that. In theory, it will help lower the temperature of the ROG Phone 5 since it doesn't stress the battery while gaming. And in practice, it does lower the temperature, but only by a little, 2 degrees to be exact. While it's not that much of a difference, it's still an improvement overall, and the phone is still way too hot to be touched while playing Genshin Impact at the highest possible graphical settings, which is why at the end I'll just leave the entire phone in the Kunai gamepad bumper case because it provides an additional space between the phone and also my hands, so I can still touch the phone comfortably, relatively speaking. But Genshin Impact is not the only game that I've been playing on the ROG Phone 5. And the ROG Phone 5 doesn't have any performance issue or heat issue while running on COD Mobile at the highest graphical settings at maximum frame rates. And this circles back to what we've been saying earlier. The ROG Phone 5 does get really hot, but only for certain games. But how does the ROG Phone 5 feel while gaming though, as in the gaming experience? Well, there are a few triggers available. We still have the usual left and right trigger, the air triggers, and also new motion sensor buttons triggers. There are a lot of them now compared to the ROG Phone 3. The biggest improvement in the gaming experience though actually lies outside of the ROG Phone 5 and in the new Aero Active Cooler 5, because like what we said in the review of this little accessory here, it has two additional buttons at the back, which makes the entire gaming experience just a lot better. But if you're only looking at the ROG Phone 5 by itself, the entire gaming experience coming out of this device only, without any of these accessories, feels more or less the same, honestly. And if you want to stream games from your mobile phone via OBS on your PC, then the ROG Phone 5 is obviously going to be perfect for that, because it still retains the HDMI output on the side port, just like the other generations of ROG phones. So if you got a little dongle like the one from Ugreen, then just plug it in and then you can start streaming. Good. Oof. Okay, so we talked a lot about gaming on the ROG Phone 5. So what about the other parts of the phone? Well, let's go through them really quick here. Firstly, this is a 6.78-inch AMOLED screen with a beautiful bright display, vivid colors, all of those good stuff. And it can also go up to 144Hz, which is a tiny little upgrade over the ROG Phone 3, which only goes up to 120Hz. And then the cameras on the ROG Phone 5, we got a total of 3 different cameras here, which is actually surprisingly good. I mean, the pictures coming out of this phone is, well, I would say better than a lot of mid-range smartphones. And I'm impressed by what ASUS has done for the ROG Phone 5's camera. And also thank you for not forgetting about its camera, even though this is a gaming focused smartphone. And also a really quick mention about the battery and charger of this phone right here. I mean, it doesn't really make that much of an impact here because you have the bypass charging feature. But the ROG Phone 5 comes with a 6000 mAh battery, which is the same as the ROG Phone 3, and it lasts for about 13 hours in our battery life test, even though it's at 144Hz refresh rate with the RGB light at the back turned on. And then the charging side of things. This phone comes with a 65 watts charger. It's not a gun charger, but still it's 65 watts, and it charges the ROG Phone 5 from 15 to 100% in less than an hour. And we should also mention that the ROG Phone 5 is using USB PD 3.0 standards as well. So if you have any other USB PD chargers that are also 65 watts in power, you can also fast charge this phone as well, like the Ugreen that we have here. So for the starting price of 2,999 ringgit, the ROG Phone 5 is actually at the exact same price as the ROG Phone 3 Strix Edition when it was first announced. This new phone here comes with a lot of technological improvements, but yeah, they did remove the Aero Active Cooler 5 from the box. And with that said, I really recommend you to buy the Aero Active Cooler 5, because if you don't get that cooler, then this phone is like literally any other gaming phone out there in the market. So the Aero Active Cooler 5 will set you back another 149 ringgit, which bumps up the total price that I recommend you to get at 3,148 ringgit, which I still think is a fairly good price, because considering that this little cooler here will cool your phone, and it's infamous for getting hot because of that Snapdragon 888 chipset, and also provides you 2 more buttons at the back, which really accentuates your gaming experience on this phone right here. So that's it. That's all we have to share with you about the ROG Phone 5. Still a really good gaming phone. It's just that heat issue, that's something that you have to pay attention to, because even bypass charging can't really help you that much. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. We'll see you guys in the next video.